right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is Friday, December 23rd. Just a reminder, the market is closed at 2 p.m. today and closed on Monday. No YouTube next week. I will be out on holiday in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Hopefully I get some snow over there. So let's go ahead and go over the market together. Really choppy right now this morning. We had a boost earlier this morning in futures. That was up around 130 points. Then it fell after the PCE numbers we just got, and then it's falling again. And then it bounced and then it fell. So again, liquidity is very thin. There is not a lot of volume, not a lot of liquidity right there. So again, just be very careful. I was reading today that overnight E-mini futures volume was only 155,000 contracts. That's pretty low. So let's go ahead and chart it together, see where we go from here. But in terms of trading, I don't think there's really much to do just because of the thin volume. So again, little shifts here and there, a little bit of buys, a little bit of sells could move the market as we've been seeing right now. Dow futures down about 34 points, NASDAQ down about a quarter point, S&P down about 0.19%. Yesterday, we had a little bit of a short covering rally towards the end of the session. I talked about that on YouTube, and it was really here, this bounce here around 3,800, really no catalyst. So more than likely it was short covering. We got back to a key Fibonacci level, at least on the short term. So you can see here on the daily, we have the Fibonacci retracement levels for the year to date. I went ahead and did that for the short term for the top of that CPI number that we recently had and the bottom that we had where that 200 MA met on the weekly. So you can see we're right at the 50% retracement level there. You can see a little bit of consolidation there right at that level around 38.43. In terms of the big magnitude of the range where we've been, it's really been just frustration station. That's what I've been telling our team. So you could see, really for the most part, we've been kind of stuck in this box. That's pretty much where we've been. You could see that we had that break back in October. We continued higher in November, came back, retest that trend line, bounced again on that CPI number, and then just kind of stuck. And again, we tested the bottom end of that range right around 3,800. But again, that's where we are. That's where we've been for the most part. Have we had spikes above? Sure. Have we had spikes below? Sure. But again, really been stuck between that 4,000 level and around 37.42 without really much of a move. What really is hurting the market is really Tesla. As we know, Tesla has so much exposure, derivatives, options. They're in ETFs. A lot, not all, some if not all, most if not all, growth ETFs have Tesla in it. So any kind of growth stocks. For example, I have a SPY-G, and again, that's Tesla is in there too. So let's go ahead and go over on the daily. Again, you can see we have a small little gap here to fill on the daily. No more gaps, at least to the upside or downside on the daily chart. Let's go to the 1 hour. And again, kind of consolidating here. For the most part, we're up about $3 to $1 this morning on the stock after Elon Musk said he promised to not sell any more stock for about 5 more years. So again, just an ugly price action that we've been getting on Tesla. And we just have to see if it does bottom out in the future. Does it mean to go buy some today? Dan Ives, I believe, from an investment bank. I want to say it was KeyBank. I'm not really sure which bank. I think it's Wedbush. And even he said that he thinks that it's just been an absolute mess with Tesla. Obviously, Elon being the problem. But I think they lowered their price target on it. In terms of Tesla, really, you're looking at now at valuations. Valuations, if you take a look here at a forward PE multiple, take a look at that. Forward PE multiple, it's trading at a 22 times forward earnings. That is cheaper than PepsiCo. That is cheaper than Coca-Cola with none of the growth, right? That's cheaper than Procter & Gamble. So we're starting to see that it is oversold on Tesla. Again, I'm not against buying any at this very point. I just don't think it's a point of doing it really at a point of the day before Christmas or a weekend before Christmas. It just wouldn't be worth it, in my opinion. So again, we're going to see the earnings as we get in Q1. That's in January. We don't have a Fed meeting until February. We do have more economic data. So again, let's see what we get from here. Again, today usually begins the Santa rally into January. So far, it's just been chop. Let's see what we get moving forward. In terms of the VIX structure, I talked about that yesterday. Look at the VIX here on the 2 year. I talked about this on Twitter. And you could see this nice trend line from the November of last year lows. And then you see that trend line coming up, and we had this break below. That's your support. We kind of hung around there, and then we rejected very cleanly right near 2480. close to that 25 level, just pure rejection. So rejection of the VIX. The only thing that's concerning is that the VIX being so low and yet the S&P not being at least above 3,900. But that's where we were. That's where we are. Crude oil is up about 2.5%, 79.49. Gasoline 2.71%, $2.32. Russell's green today. Gold futures up 0.37%. They were down yesterday, 1802 an ounce. 23.82 for silver futures. Euro dollar is up today, 106.15, up 17 pips. Dollar again up 51 pips, 132.84. Pound dollar 120.46. Bitcoin futures 16,800 versus Ethereum at 12.16, and that is up as well. 10-year Treasury yields are up 3.729%. We'll take a look at that here in a second. 10-year yields starting to move higher. We started filling some gaps. Let's go and take a look at the daily. Here we go. And you can see that we did fill this gap here. We do have any more upside gaps? Got one more upside gap, 38.50. We got a couple of downside gaps here as we go along. Again, we have actually a lot of gaps. We have one here at 2.039. We got one here at 1804. So again, it is a wait and see approach with yields. The VIX is down 1%. The dollar, we'll go and take a look at that. And the dollar, the same old deal, guys. Again, I'm watching very, very closely. You could see, again, that key trend line that we need to break down, which is below 104. We keep kind of testing it, just kind of hovering around so far. But again, we expect this to roll over to at least 100 or 102. So that's where we are this morning. Would I do anything this morning? Probably not. The market's closed at 2. I'm just going to watch the fireworks and go from there. Carlos asks, hey, Carlos, thoughts on next week and end of the year? Let's go and take a look at it together. We'll go and take a look at the calendar. Let's go to next week. All right, we got a bank holiday on Monday, so don't worry about that. Tuesday, pretty quiet. Wednesday, pretty quiet. Thursday, pretty quiet. Friday, pretty quiet. Not much. So not much in terms of catalysts that are open. I'm going to go stick with the United States. Let's go and apply filter. Good straight balance, wholesale inventories, unemployment claims, and a PMI. So not much in terms of the week after beginning of the year in January. Got an NFP that Friday the 6th. Wednesday we have ADP employment change, and then we have ISM manufacturing on Thursday. So again, not much next week. We'll keep an eye on the market, obviously with low volume. Right now we're just holding on to that 50% retracement, Carlos. It's really not much to go by unless we get the dollar to break down, we get VIX breaking down, maybe the 10-year breaking down. But again, don't be surprised if we bounce maybe 100 points today, something like that. Again, it's just not a lot of volume to determine any kind of trend because we've been stuck in that little box that we've been in, right around 4,000 to 3,700 in the past couple of months. So it's a tough one. I mean, you really have to get in and out as we go. We had a pretty decent week, actually a great week, 3 for 3. I have one trade with Masterclass for next week. So again, with low volume, not expecting much from there. But thank you for your question, Carlos. I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty much enjoying their holiday, probably off today. Maybe they're doing their holiday parties or what have you. So again, the market closes at 2 today. Market close on Monday. So again, pretty quiet day for the most part. I just want you guys to be updated as always. I'll be on the Twitter. I'll be on our blog on Discord. We'd love to have you on board. GAR.capital is the website. www.gar.capital is the new website. Take a look at it. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Boop. GAR.capital. We'll go to home. You can see it. GAR.capital. That is the updated site with a new host. Take a look at that. If you are interested in joining, we'd love to have you part of our team. Join us and have a great rest of your Christmas and happy holidays to you and your family. Please stay safe. It's a very, very cold blizzard coming out through all the United States. So again, try to stay safe, stay warm, and we'll hope you guys have a great Christmas. And we'll see you. Won't be on YouTube next week, so the week after. So I may see you in New Year's. Have a great one. Have a great 2022, rest of it 2022. It's been a crazy one, obviously, but times pass, things happen. Remember what we talked about in 2020, if you guys remember on YouTube, where I did the kind of the investment thing where we did a seminar and I said, guys, the world's not going to end. We've been through things before. Boy, that was just 2 years ago. It seems like every 2 years we get something going on with the stock market. And I've been doing this for about 8. So again, hopefully next year is a little better. And I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas to you and your family. I am so very much grateful for all of the viewers and all of you guys just being here, even if it's just because you just watched this. Thank you again. You're the reason that I do this. Thanks again. I'm so grateful for everyone, all the followers, all the members, anyone who has a comment, anyone who has a question. Again, guys, I do this for y'all. Thank you guys again so much. I'm grateful for all of you. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year, you and your family. We'll see you in 2023. Cheers, guys.